All right. The Gambit solo film starring Channing Tatum has found its director. Entertainment Weekly is reporting that Rise of the Planet of the Apes director Rupert Wyatt has signed on to helm the X-Men spinoff. The first movie version of Gambit appeared in the 2009 X-Men Origins Wolverine and was played by Taylor Kitsch. However, last spring it was announced that a Gambit solo movie would be coming and that Channing Tatum will be in the starring role. Gambit comes to theaters on October 7, 2016. Dennis, what do you think of Rupert Wyatt directing Gambit?
I think it's a good choice. I didn't see Wyatt's last film, which was the Gambler remake with Mark Wahlberg, but then again, most people didn't anyways. I really liked what he did with the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and even though I liked the sequel more that Matthew Reeves had done, Matthew Reeves' movie wouldn't have been possible without what Wyatt had done with Rise. Like, he laid down the groundwork for it, so, you know, a lot of credit to the sequel comes from the first one. I think he'll be a good fit for Gambit. What do you think, Schnepp?
Yeah, I think, I mean, from what he did with Rise of the Planet of the Apes, that's why I feel comfortable with him directing Gambit. You know, I don't know what they're going to do with the Gambit movie, but I like Channing Tatum. I trust, you know, his decision to play Gambit, so he's going to bring some excitement to the role. So it's good to have a very competent director who can handle special effects.
Christian?
I am an Apes guy, as you guys know, and I agree with you, Dennis, 100% that Dawn is the better of the two films, but without Rupert Wyatt's version, you don't have that movie, and for what he did in setting up that world, because it could have been an epic failure. Everybody thought it was going to be, but the way that he did it was great. I did see The Gambler, and I wish I was one of those people who didn't. It's not a good movie. It was very boring, but I guess he was doing that movie with Paramount. He's coming back to Fox now. They like him over at Fox. They wanted him for Dawn. He had signed on for The Gambler. So, you know, maybe he works well in that environment. Maybe, you know, with teaming up with the X-Men team and getting some more, this is more the genre that he should be doing. It seems to me they've wanted Tatum to do Gambit for a very long time. Lawrence Schuler has wanted him to do it forever. They finally got him. I think that he wants to. It's almost like a Ryan Reynolds thing, as to where he really wants to do this character right. So to have Wyatt on there, I think that this could be a really good teaming. I'm very curious to see what these guys come up with.
Yeah, you did mention The Gambler. Like, I would say see the James Caan original Gambler from the 70s. It's well worth searching it out. I think it's on Netflix. It's worth seeing.
Well, what do you guys think about Channing Tatum doing the accent? Because last time we brought this up, people posted in the comments, but he, you know, I think he was either raised or born in Louisiana, and his, you know, he grew up around people who had that accent. That's gonna. I'm like, that doesn't necessarily mean that he can do the accent himself. So what do you guys think?
If he can do the accent?
Yeah.
It's funny because, again, I had this conversation yesterday with the same person, and I think he's the type of guy, unlike Halle Berry, who just gave up on Storm's accent. You know, like, oh, let's just make her.
I was glad she gave up on it.
Everybody was, but as we've seen Tatum do, I think everybody has the same opinion. He was a guy that nobody took seriously. Now everyone takes him seriously because, strangely enough, because of his comedy turn in 21 Jump Street, then what he's done in Foxcatcher, what he did in Side Effects. So he's a guy that works really hard. I trust that he's going to be a guy that works on it. Now, whether or not that means he's going to nail the accent 100%, he's not going to half-ass it. He'll do it to the best of his ability. Just, you know, fingers crossed that it's great.
Yeah, I think he'll brush up on his Shakespeare, so to speak. You know, I think he'll nail it.